Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Staradite. It's Charles, the fat boy here, drinking a Bex and getting fatter by the minute. Anyway, today we don't care about Charlie and his weight problem. We care about homosexuality today. Today we're talking about pederi, they call it here, homosexualities, things such as that. Or you can use the term gay here in Serbia. Peder is, I don't think it's a very polite word. I think it's similar to the term faggot, maybe. So I mean no disrespect by using it. I was just trying to bring up some of the terms that they use here in Serbia. The reason we're talking about homosexuality today is because tomorrow's the gay parade. Ooh, that always brings up a massive hysteria here in Eastern Europe, and especially here in Serbia, because Serbia is a country that's about, what, 95% Orthodox Christian. So when you hear the term Orthodox, you should instantly know that probably homosexuality is not accepted, okay? Orthodox, I don't know the exact term, but it means unchanging, kind of old-fashioned. When Orthodox Christianity, before Catholicism split from Orthodox, it was the original form of Christianity, and they haven't changed anything since the founding, according to my friends that tell me about it. Anyway, today, let me tell you a quick little story. I dressed up beautifully. You know, I actually looked sexy. Went downtown, I had lunch with a friend and his wife. We had a good time, drank a couple beers. I got finished. We finished, I mean. I took off walking. Excuse me, I got a toothache. And walked down by Trg to Skupština. Whew! About 6,000 people protesting the homosexual parade for tomorrow. They said maybe the grobari, which means grave diggers. It's the partisan hooligan, the partisan fans. You know, they were out. Some organization called DOORS, D-O-O-R-S. I don't know what it stands for. And somebody said Dveri. And Dveri is an extreme, radical, right-wing, nationalistic political organization here in Serbia. None of them like homosexuality, obviously, and they're not happy about the parade tomorrow. And they said one reason, and I kind of agree with it. They said that the homosexuality parade, it's taking so much money because there's going to be police, because this is not accepted here in Serbia. And we just had these massive floods in eastern Serbia, and you never heard a fucking thing about it on TV. I mean, these poor people in some of these cities, you know, around Kladovo, just ravaged. And, you know, the floods back in May, you heard everything about it. This one barely even touched on it, okay? And now we're going into this homosexuality thing, and so it's just getting overblown really here. But anyway, I have some friends that actually, some gay Serbians that asked me to come to the parade, and, you know, I appreciate the invitation, but I'm not going to do so for my own safety and just because I think it's kind of ludicrous. Because you know here in Serbia what kind of reaction is going to happen, and it really pisses me off, even though I'm from the United States of America and from a liberal background. I'm a liberal, but I still think it's bullshit that big countries like to stick their frickin' fingers in Serbia's business. The European Union already, they're telling Serbia, you've got to accept this, you've got to allow this, you've got to do this. You know, I think that's bullshit, you know, personally. You know, who are we to tell this country that's 100 times older than we are that what they need to accept and how they should act? You know, I think it's bullshit, you know. And it's that little thing, like I've said, the European Union here, they're behind Serbia, and they've got this little fishing pole with a little carrot on the end dangling over Serbia. Says, hey, in 2020 you can join the European Union, but make sure you do this, accept gays, do this, you know. And the carrot never gets closer, it always stays there, you know. So they're just leading this country on and just fiddling with them and just fucking with them to piss them off, and it's working, you know. And I'm nothing against homosexuality and nothing against the gays here in Serbia. You know, I wish you well, I hope you have a great life. But I think even you that are going out and doing this, I think it's wrong, you know, because you know the problems it's creating here. And, you know, I don't know. And that's coming from a liberal guy. You know, in USA, I supported gay marriage. I voted for it. and it's legal in my state of Illinois now. And, you know, there's 20 states in the USA out of 50. We have 50 states, and 20 of them allow gay marriage, and some of them are getting ready to switch to allow gay marriage. You know, many states are adopting legalization of marijuana, which I support. You know, I support a lot of those things, but that's it. That's me. You know, I don't believe in coming here to Serbia. I'm a visitor here. I'm not a Serb, okay? And I don't believe in forcing my views on anybody. And Dveri, this political right-wing nationalistic organization that I am not a supporter of. I'm not a supporter of any of them because I don't vote here and it's none of my business. But that organization is too closely aligned with the Orthodox Church. It's political and religious in one. I don't like that. One of my best friends, Stefan Radic from Zrenjanin, I love the guy to death. He's a good kid. We go out, we drink beer all the time. We've got totally different views on many things, but I love the kid, you know. He's a good guy. And he's a big supporter of Dveri. And jebote, and, you know, but we can still get along, but they're going to be out in full force, and I'm scared of them, really. I mean, that organization is a lot of younger folks, late teens, early 20s, and, you know, they kind of scare me a little bit. No offense to you guys. If you're Dveri and you watch, I mean, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying, chuti, bre. I'm just saying that as an American, most of my views and the way I am, everything I think of and I accept is usually the polar opposites of Dveri, okay? If you want to get about the opposite of an American viewpoint, you vote Dveri, okay? But if you are a Serbian homosexual and you vote tomorrow, or vote, and you're in the parade tomorrow, you have big muda or yaya, because that's going to be a scary thing. Who is this? What are you doing? Because that's going to be a dangerous thing, you know. Hopefully the government tonight will call it off. And you know, something that really pisses me off, you know, I love to travel. And it's one of my favorite things. Let me tell you another quick story and I'll shut this off because my video is going to be really long. I know it! But I was in Mexico. I lived in La Piedad, Mexico for 2 different times. I went there for a year, left, went back for 6 months or a year, I don't remember. Because they wanted me back. The school asked me to come back because they loved me. The kids loved Charlie, you know, because I'm a fun guy. I was in a little bar in the middle of Mexico by myself, minding my own business in this little city, relaxing, listening to some Mexican music. And I heard this table next to me. I heard some Americans, and I thought, man, I'm not even going to speak to them. And the bartender comes over. He knows me. He was a good friend of mine. And we start talking in English. And this guy says, hey, where are you from? And I said, hey, I'm from Illinois. And I said, I live here, though. And he said, what? You live here? I said, yeah, I live here. He said, why? I said, I love it. I said, I've been here twice. I lived here for a year and left and came back. And he said, well, I said, what are you doing here? And he said, well, we're just passing through. He said, well, this city, he said, they don't have this. They don't have a McDonald's. They don't have a decent hotel. They don't have this. Just sitting there fuming inside. I was like, and I told him, I said, you know what? This isn't the United States. You know, this is Mexico, okay? And so these countries that want to force their beliefs on every other country to make them the same, you know what? Fuck you. I mean, you can't do that. I love to travel. I love the differences, you know. I don't always agree with Serbians on things. There's many things I disagree with Serbians on. You know, I think they're blowing certain things out of proportion, that just making it ridiculous. But that's their country, that's them, that's their business, it's not ours. For God's sakes, leave them alone. You know, son of a bitch, it just frustrates me to no end. You know, the good thing about this country is that it's different, it's unique, and that's why people like it when they come here. They don't want a country, you know, that's like the same as Chicago. You know, we don't want that. Chicago's got enough Serbs. You know, we don't want to make Serbia another Chicago, okay? We like the way it is. We like the differences. There's some things that maybe should change, but that's up to them. It's not up to me. It's not up to Barack Obama or Angela Merkel or fucking anybody, the European Union, whoever's in charge of it, I don't know. But all the best to you, Serbia. I hope this thing goes well tomorrow, and I hope there's not too many extremely violent protests. I'm going to put one article that I found that they're talking about how the media is not covering all the violence here that's happening tonight about this gay thing. So we'll see. I wish you well, and hopefully it goes okay. That's it. I'm finished. No more. Let me see who the hell is sending me a billion messages on Skype. Prietno.